We're here at the Speedway Service Center right here in Martinsville, and we're just days from April 4th. Danny, you got moonshine podcasters coming from all over, coming from here and yonder. I mean, this room's going to be packed up with stuff, isn't it?
Well, I hope we got a good crowd of people, especially those that are favor of the idea that Franklin County makes the best moonshine, because this guy Troy Shelberg has said that Wilkes County was the capital of moonshining, and they make a far better product than they do in Franklin County. I took exception to it, and I asked him would he want to come up here and show it. And
he ain't scared of coming up here, is he?
He's not. He's bringing a film crew and everything. Okay. So we'll have to put our best foot forward and make a case for Franklin County moonshine.
All right. But I understand the customers were in Henry County.
Well, one of the things, if you read the Moonshine Conspiracy after the guy gets out of jail and everything, he says, I guess I'll have to go, the very last sentence is, I guess I'll have to go to work at the knitting mill in Martinsville. Mm-hmm. Martinsville, Henry County employed the moonshiners in Franklin County, and they practiced their trade when they were off work or when they had a good run going.
All right, Joey, all the action starts. We're here at the Speedway Center, right here at the Village of Martinsville in the former Sears building. It starts at 3 o'clock, doesn't it?
It'll start Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll have open house, and hopefully people take the time to stroll through and check us out. And then Thursday night, we're talking about who's got the best brew. Mm-hmm. I think probably the audience may have that decision.
Okay.
Let them make it. Wouldn't you think?
Wow. Are you going to do like with a cheer or something? How you going to do that?
Well, we'll leave it up to Congressman Good as to how he'll ask the jury. But we're here close to Franklin County. It's a little bit closer to Franklin County than it is Wilkes County, North Carolina.
One thing I did not realize is this chit chat about moonshine is a big deal around here.
Well, it carries a lot of weight. Yeah. Most everybody's, certainly my age, their grandparents were in the middle of it. Yeah. Somehow or another.
Right.
And
your dad lost his car over it, I understand.
He bought it back.
He did?
Yeah, he bought it back, yeah. He lost it for a few days, but luckily at that time, it was a misdemeanor, not a felony, so it was treated lightly.
I got you. But anyway, it's going to be packed up with race folks. You want to invite people from the racetrack all over the place to come here, and because we got to tell them where it is. What's the physical address there, Danny? I'm going to put you on the spot.
244 West Commonwealth Boulevard.
Put that in the GPS?
Put that in the GPS.
Say it again?
244 West Commonwealth Boulevard.
Okay.
Or Commonwealth Boulevard West.
Right.
I go back to Wilkes County. I was telling the guy, I said, I thought Wilkes County was just famous for chickens. I mean, Holly Farms, home base, and the last thing you'd want is a bunch of old chickens running around making a mess in the water system. The water can't be any good down there.
Hey, there you go. Well, they got a race coming back. They got the All-Star race there too. So they're trying to compete with us, aren't they?
Well, Troy is. He said he's coming here, but he might call us down there to so they can prove to us. So we might have to do the return trip down to Wilkes County, but we'll be ready to go. Now we've got Henry Law and Kenny Law on our side, so.
He's one popular dude too, I found out.
Well, he is, and he knows his stuff, and he makes a quality product, not like down Wilkes County where you had to worry about the chickens.
Right. I love him. He passes out they wouldn't let him sell some of the recipes and stuff, so he's got the recipe to add to the drink you can get at the ABC store. I love that.
Well, I'm telling you, he's the real deal. I went up there to visit him at his house, and I took a few pictures, and I said, well, can I take a picture? I'm going to take one of the still outside. I said, no, that's not approved yet.
Oh, there you go.
So, okay, we'll leave that off the pictures.
They're always bending the laws, aren't they? All right, for April 4th, and then the big car show's on Saturday, right?
Saturday, Hot Rod Show. It's anybody wants to take part, just drive up?
Just drive up. It's cruise in.
Yeah.
Cruise in.
That's right. So, Joey, that's going to be pretty exciting. I mean, I've seen this place packed out with cars. I'm sure it's going to be. I understand you've already got several groups coming.
Cars. What else is there?
Right. There you go.
Yeah. It's just that's what it's all about. Yeah. Sure is.
Cars. All right, folks. I understand they're going to be on Thursday night. They're going to have food vendors here outside.
Food trucks. Joey wanted to make sure that Speed Weeks is a celebration for the whole community. So we decided we'd have food trucks here, and we're going to pass out some flyers. I think that you helped us with giving directions for people out of town to go uptown.
What's that address again?
244 Commonwealth West Boulevard.
There you go. Right.
Martinsville, Virginia,
There you go.
24112.
All right, is there anything I haven't asked?
Not that I know of, but it's important that this community get back like when we were young, and Speed Week when the race was here, that the whole city was involved.
Kind of like a county fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be the version of the county fair.
Yeah.
And so we'll try to entertain on Thursday.
It's at 6:30 it starts, so be here.
I'll get here. You better get here at 6.
Yeah.
If you want to get a seat, I've learned that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we got that going on. We're going to be talking about it all week. We'll be checking things out and so forth. And if let's say some food vendors want to call you that still want to get involved, call them.
Sure. I think you legally have to be licensed in the city of Martinsville, or
Well, Pam will make sure that.
okay. But yeah, we'll be happy to accommodate anybody, and anybody has any questions that about where to go. If they want to leave money in Martinsville, we'll help them leave it here.
Right. Now, another fun, first of all, it's free. And then we're going to see all these cars that people all have these stories, like these cars here right behind us, Joey.
Yeah, these are NASCAR race cars, the real race cars. From this one here is from 1974.
Right.
The other car here with Buddy standing beside of it is a 1983 vintage.
Right.
And then, of course, he quit racing in 88. So it's they are as real as it gets.
You had to work hard to get these back, didn't you?
Well, this one here, luckily, the guy that bought it, it was his first race car. He's going to keep it, and then things happen.
What I love about it, it's got that old panel knitting right there.
Yeah. No, it's that's the way I remember it. So,
right.
And then this car over here was actually built here.
Right.
The one over there, and one of the cars, I've forgotten which one, had an outstanding run at Talladega. That car had outstanding runs everywhere it went.
Right.
And then, of course, this one was certainly part of the Petty heritage. You know, if you go back and look at the finish between
STP.
the Wood brothers and Richard Petty, 4th of July, I think it was 83. No, 73, 74, somewhere along in there. You know, crashed on the last lap and Pearson won. So
How things going with the merger with the McMillan? How's that going?
Oh, man, that shop is booming. Talent. I gotta go steal some of them, but
There you go.
but I mean, they knocking it out.
Really? We got that dyno over there. And,
The dyno's going on, tuning. I mean, it's a real hot rod shop.
Right.
That's where I'm gonna carry my hot rod.
There you go. The next story I'm getting ready to tell, I've done Trina now. I'm coming back. I'm going to tell that story about the concept for hot rod folks, that this is going to be the place.
Oh yeah, it's you know, you come in here and it's all about this.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's sound. You know, you got the smell, you got the sound, we got the racing gas, we got everything you need to keep hot rods.
Trina's in there bragging about that. What's that thing back there?
Oh,
Where they put the
alignment?
yeah.
We're the only ones that can do heavy vehicles like
the tank.
Yeah, the tank. Yeah. The SWAT.
ATM. I'm sorry. It's an ATM, some kind of vehicle. Don't call it a tank. I've learned that.
Yeah. The SWAT team is that thing is amazing.
Yeah. There you go. All right, folks. April 4th when it starts, it's going to be going on. There's going to be something going on here April 4th, 5th, and 6th. So come on out here. Don't forget about it. Race weekend's going to be here as well. Racing is here.
This car in 1977 was built by Petty Enterprises. It was campaigned by Richard Petty from 77 till at the end of 1978. This car started life out as a body 1974 Charger, and then after 77 it was switched to a Dodge Magnum. At that time, all of the Dodge folks were complaining about the Dodge Magnum was so much bigger than other race cars that they switched to other brands. This was at the end of 78. And then in 79, my dad, Buddy Arrington, bought this car as a Magnum, and we went to Daytona in February of 79 and had a very good run down there, and then took the car, this very same car with a Magnum body on it, in 79 and went to Talladega and had another good run. That was the only two places we used this particular car, in 79. And then in 1980, we used the car at Speedways, Charlotte, Atlanta, Daytona, Talladega, MIS, Michigan, and a few other racetracks at that time. Then in the winter of 1980 and 81, this car was rebodied and re-wheelbased as a smaller car, and that started the new era of NASCAR with a 110-inch wheelbase. And then this car campaigned as a Chrysler Cordoba and then was it was sold at the end of 1983 to a gentleman in Michigan, and he kept this car until we bought it back in 2015. And then we rebodied it back to this style body because that's what it was new in 1977. The other unique thing about this car, it was the only car that Petty Enterprises built with a solid frame chassis opposed to a unibody. This car is a 1981, 82, 83 Chrysler Imperial. At that time, the Imperial maintained its same body shape through those 3 years. It was built new as a Chrysler, a Dodge Murata, and then that car really didn't run too well, so we switched it to the Chrysler Imperial body, which brought it alive. And this car here is during 1982, 1983, it was a very, very good race car. It went to Daytona, opened up a lot of eyes. The problem at that time, Dodge as a manufacturer was not involved in NASCAR. And then the car stayed in the Talladega Museum from 1984 until we picked it up and brought it back to Martinsville in October of 2023.
What did you have to do to get it? Was that a hard?
We had to work with the state of Alabama because it was a state-owned museum. Worked with the state of Alabama for a couple of years, and then finally we made an agreement. We had to prepare a race car to carry down there and put it in its place, and we did. And it was a Mark Martin car.
All right. Now, so are you proud to have these cars back home?
Absolutely. You know, this car here meant a lot. It had such good runs. You know, under the Petty camp somewhere, it was 77. It won a couple of races with the Petties. We're not sure if it won a Daytona 500. We think it did, but back then they didn't keep good records of which car won what. Right. And then this car, because it was built here, you know, I was in my early 20s. It was, you know, we got blood stains on it, so it's very sentimental to myself, and like I said, it was probably our best race car period over the years. This engine here is a Dodge R6 engine, and it is actually legal for NASCAR today, but Dodge is not involved as a manufacturer.
Right.
This is just an engine that's in inventory for sale. It's a Ford engine, it's 427, and then this other engine here is a same R6 vintage, and it is two of the last Dodge NASCAR race engines of 2012.